Coming up tonight on YCN News, reactions to Barack Obama's State of the Union speech fall along bipartisan lines. Unity, New Hampshire voters will decide on March 22nd if a proposed $3.6 million budget should be approved. And Vermont athletes represent Team USA in the Sochi Winter Olympics. For more news, weather, and sports, it's time for YCN, your local view.
Now, your daily digest of the Dartmouth-Lake Sunapee region, southern Vermont, and Windsor County. News, sports, weather, and all that is happening in our area. The news on YCN, your local view.
Good evening, and welcome to this Wednesday edition of YCN News. I'm Rose Spillman. President Barack Obama's State of the Union speech is over. Reactions to the annual address fall along bipartisan lines. Democrats among Vermont and New Hampshire's congressional delegations gave the president's speech high marks. Obama spoke of getting the economy moving again for all citizens, not just corporations and the nation's wealthiest. Using executive orders to bypass congressional approval on raising the minimum wage for federal workers is one way Obama will use his power. Vermont Representative Peter Welch says the president hit the nail on the head. America's greatest strength has always been economic opportunity, Welch says. Working together in Congress also must be done, says Welch. Too much work to move the country's economy forward is being held up by a just say no approach in Congress. Independent Senator Bernie Sanders says it is a moral and economic issue facing Congress. The American economy is not level when so few have so much and so many have so little, says Sanders. Senator Patrick Leahy says he is glad the president asked the House to work on bipartisan immigration reform. Leahy and his Senate colleagues have worked on this reform over the last year. House members must now tackle the proposed bill and fine-tune it so that a united Congress can pass this legislation. The only Republican among the Twin States delegation, New Hampshire Senator Kelly Ayotte, says the president missed some points. Ayotte says Obama did not speak enough about the faulty rollout of the Affordable Care Act. And, she says, more must be done to help men and women serving in the nation's military. Unity, New Hampshire voters will decide on March 22nd if a proposed $3.6 million budget should be approved. This year's annual school district meeting will be held at the Claremont Opera House. Typically, the Unity School District meeting is held at Stevens High School in Claremont. The former Unity Elementary School and the Town Hall have never been large enough to seat all registered voters. Now, with Stevens High School under renovation and the new Unity K through grade 8 school not yet complete, another location will be used. Unity School Board members had some bright news to share with residents at Tuesday night's meeting. A newly hired owner's rep will work with the new contractor and existing architect to protect Unity residents' interests. Gordon Bristol will be paid about $83,000 to make sure the building is ready to welcome students and staff in fall 2014. The new Unity School is about a year behind schedule. Voters approved last year a $4.7 million bond to construct the school. Additional money has come in to help with building costs, including two gifts totaling nearly $500,000. After the break, we'll hear about the Vermont athletes headed to the Winter Olympics in Sochi, and we'll continue with my ski lesson at Mount Sunapee.
The YCN News continues in a moment.
Welcome back to YCN News. I'm Rose Spillman. A 68-year-old Bethel, Vermont woman is unharmed, though her car turned around in circles when the 2006 Forester Subaru hit a slushy patch. The accident happened at 8:30 a.m. on Bethel Mountain Road in Rochester, Vermont State Police report. The sky was partially cloudy and driver Mary Donnelly was traveling at a safe speed for the road conditions. Even so, after the all-wheel drive vehicle hit the slush, Donnelly lost control of the car as it swerved. The car went off the road and hit some trees. The car's rear portion suffered damages, but not the driver. We continue today to highlight local athletes headed to the Winter Olympics in Sochi. New Hampshire is sending 9 sportsmen and women to Russia. Today, it's Vermont's turn. 13 of the state's best winter sports champs will challenge world-class competition in early February. These include snowboarders Kelly Clark from Westover and Alex Diebold from Manchester, and fellow snowboarders Jacqueline Hernandez of Londonderry and Ty Walker of Stowe. Peru's Sophie Caldwell and Barton's Ida Sargent join East Montpelier's Liz Stephen and Shaftesbury's Andy Newell on the cross-country ski team. Alpine skier Nolan Casper hails from Warren. Freestyle skiers Hannah Kearney of Norwich and Devin Logan of Westover aim to pull off multiple twists and turns along the slopes. 2 Vermonters will compete in the biathlon, a sport combining cross-country skiing with target shooting. These 2 women are Hannah Dreischgacker of Morrisville and Susan Dunkley of Barton. The Olympic Games begin February 6th and end on the 23rd. Now let's return to the slopes and continue with my ski lesson up the magic carpet at Mount Sunapee.
We're going to slide on over here and we're going to shuffle our feet. We're going to shuffle. Remember, nice slow moves. Shuffle our feet till the carpet catches us. Look straight up the line, stand tall, and enjoy the ride.
After being whisked up the magic carpet, I would take my first real ski downhill.
Hey Rose, when we get off, nice and relaxed. Little push, and off we go.
Kyle talked me through every detail of how to properly navigate down, emphasizing the need for turning in order to control my speed.
We're going to let gravity pull the tips of our skis down the hill. We're going to turn our legs, look where we're going, and make 2 turns. Sound good? Yeah. All right, let's give it a shot. Put your hands nice and relaxed. There you go, look at me. There you go.
After successfully completing 1 turn, we moved on to practicing multiple turns downhill.
So let's see this time around, let's see if we can link 2 turns together. Watch me, nice and relaxed. Want to start going this way. Turning my legs, looking over here. There we go, run into the little berm. Turn my legs, start going this way. Why stop now, right? Let's keep going.
After the bunny slopes, I was ready to take on my first trail. Be sure to tune in tomorrow where my lesson will continue with my first run down a trail. Welcome back to YCN News. I'm Rose Spillman. Now Matt McDonald will have a look at our weather for the next 5 days, and he'll take a look at some local high school sports.
Thanks, Rose. Tomorrow will be sunny with a high of 27 degrees and lows in the teens. Friday and Saturday we're expecting some snow showers with highs in the mid-30s and lows down to 21 degrees. Sunday we'll have a high of 36 with lows around 18 degrees. Monday temperatures will drop slightly to bring highs in the lower 30s with a low of 16 degrees. Don't forget to check out the new London Winter Carnival this week. They have events every night through Saturday. Friday, you and the kids can have dinner with Jack Frost on the Green from 5:30 to 7:30 p.m. And now in local sports, the Kearsarge boys basketball team took it to the house against Franklin, defeating the Panthers 46-31 in their first divisional victory of the season. They now stand at 2 wins, 9 losses. Lebanon shut down the Windham boys in a resounding 65-49 victory, improving their record to 9 wins and 3 losses on the season. They'll tip off against Goffstown on Friday. And in girls basketball, the Sunapee Lakers conquered the Newport Tigers 73-58, improving their record to 8-1, while the Tigers fell to 6-4 this season. Congratulations to all of our local teams.
Thank you for joining us for this Wednesday edition of YCN News. Don't forget to like us on Facebook and follow us on Twitter. And you can watch our programs anytime online at www.ycnnow.com. Be sure to tune in tomorrow to hear from Dr. Keston Blandon from the Alzheimer's Association of New Hampshire and Massachusetts. I'm Rose Spillman for YCN, your local view. Good night.